Chapter 4. Formulas and functions in spreadsheets. Learning objective. Elements of formulas in Excel. Creating a formula. Relative cell addresses. Editing a formula. Copying the formula. Performing common calculations. Functions. The parts of a function. Working with arguments. Entering a function. Data manipulation. Conditional formatting. Excel has its immense purposeful applications. 95% of the users apply the basic form. There are functions and advanced Excel formula that can be used for complex calculations. The functions are designed for easy lookup and formatting of large pool of data, whereas the advanced Excel formula are implemented to get new information from a given particular set of data. Formula must begin with equal symbol followed by cell references and operator. It may contain any one or more of the following elements. References. The cell or range of cells that you want to use in your calculation. Operators, symbols, plus, minus, multiplication, division, dollar, hashtag etc. that specify the calculation to be performed. Constants, numbers or text values that do not change. Functions, predefined formulas in Excel. Elements of formulas in Excel. Cell address equals A2 plus B2 plus C4 is sum, E3, E5. Equal to symbol. Mathematical operators. Function. Excel has two types of operators. These are arithmetic operators. Plus, it is used to add numbers. Minus, it is used to subtract numbers. Asterisk, it is used to multiply numbers. Divide, it is used to divide numbers. Percentage, it is used to calculate percentage. Comparison operators. Equal, it is used to get the answer for the formula. Greater than, it is used to find out the number that is greater than the condition. Less than, it is used to find out the number that is lesser than the condition. Greater than equals, it is used to find out the number that is greater than or equal to the condition. Less than equals, it is used to find out the number that is lesser than or equal to the condition. Less than greater than, it is used to find out the number that is not equal to the condition. Creating a formula. Let us learn to create a formula. 1. Click on the cell where you want to enter a formula. 2. Type an equal to sign, equal, to begin the formula. Excel 2016 displays the formula in the formula bar and in the active cell. 3. Click on the first cell you want to reference the formula. Excel 2016 inserts the cell reference into the formula. 4. Type an operator, plus, for the formula. 5. Click on the next cell to reference the formula. Excel 2016 inserts the cell reference into the formula. 6. Repeat steps 4 and 5 to enter all the data in the formula. Excel 2016 inserts the cell reference into the formula. 7. Press the Enter key. As soon as you complete a formula entry, Excel calculates the result, which is then displayed inside the cell within the worksheet. The contents of formula, however, continue to be visible on the formula bar anytime the cell is active. Fact Corner. If you make an error in the formula that prevents Excel from being able to calculate the formula at all, Excel displays an alert dialog box suggesting how to fix the problem. Relative cell addresses. By default, all cell references are relative references. When copied across multiple cells, they change based on the relative position of rows and columns. For example, If you copy the formula equals A1 plus B1 from row 1 to row 2, the formula will become equals A2 plus B2. Relative references are especially convenient whenever you need to repeat the same calculation across multiple rows or columns. Let us see this with the help of example. Suppose you want the sum of all the rows at last, then you will write a formula for first column, i.e., B. You want sum of the rows from 3 to 8 in the 9th row. After writing formula in the 9th row, you can drag it to remaining columns and the formula gets copied. After dragging, you can see the formula in the remaining columns written on the next page. Column C equals sum C3, C8. Column D equals sum D3, D8. Column A equals sum E3, E8. Column F equals sum F3, F8. Column G equals sum G3, G8. Boot up. Create Excel 2016 worksheet with marks of students in 5 subjects. Then, find the total of the 5 subjects by entering a formula. Editing a formula. If we want to make changes or edit the formula, there are 3 ways of editing the formula, which is as follows. Let us learn to edit a formula. 1. Double-click on the cell containing the formula to be changed. The formula appears in the cell. Excel outlines each cell used in the formula with a different color. 2. Press the arrow key to move the flashing insertion point to where you want to remove or add characters. 3. To add data where the insertion point flashes on the screen, type the data. 4. When you finish making changes to the formula, press the Enter key. The formula will be edited. Copying the formula. One of the more tedious tasks in Excel is to copy a formula down on entire column of a report. Not only it is mind-numbing, but it also leaves the opportunity for error if you don't copy the formula down to exactly the correct cells. Let us learn to copy the formula. 1. Open the worksheet. 2. Enter the formula in the cell. 3. Click on the cell containing the formula. 4. Take the mouse pointer to the bottom right corner of the cell. The mouse pointer changes to a plus sign. 5. Drag the mouse with the plus sign to copy the formula into other cells. The result will appear in all the cells to which the formula is copied. Performing common calculations. Let us learn to find the sum of a list of numbers. 1. Click on the cell to which you want to enter the function. 2. Click on the Home tab. 3. Click on the down arrow of Auto Sum. A drop-down list of some common functions will appear. 4. Click on the function you want to use. A moving outline will appear around the cells that will be included in the calculation. 5. Press the Enter key. The result will appear in the cell. Functions. A function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values in a particular order. Excel includes many common functions that can be used to quickly find the sum, average, count, maximum value and minimum value for a range of cells. In order to use functions correctly, you will need to understand the different parts of a function and how to create arguments to calculate values and cell references. The parts of a function. In order to work correctly, a function must be written a specific way, which is called the syntax. The basic syntax for a function is the equal sign, equal, the function name, sum, for example, and one or more arguments. Arguments contain the information you want to calculate. The function in the example below would add the values of the cell range A1, A20 equals sign 1 equals sum A1, A20. Function name argument. Working with arguments. Excel has a library of functions that allows you to quickly make specific calculations. Functions in Excel take arguments. Most functions will require at least one argument. Arguments can be a range of data, a specified output, or other parameters depending on the particular function. Arguments are typically presented in brackets. Here is a list of number of common functions that you are likely to use. Average, number 1, number 2, calculates the average, mean, of a range of cells. Stadiv, number 1, number 2, calculates the standard deviation of a range of cells. Sum, number 1, number 2, adds all of the values of a range of cells. Count, value 1, value 2, counts the number of items in a range of cells. Blank cells will not be counted and neither will cells that are formatted as text. Median, number 1, number 2, calculates the median of a range of cells. Mode, number 1, number 2, calculates the mode of a range of cells. Max, number 1, number 2, gives the maximum value of a range of cells. Min, number 1, number 2, gives the minimum value of a range of cells. If, logical underscore test, value if underscore true, value underscore if underscore false, allows one to perform a logical test, e.g. if A1 greater than equals 5, then 0 if true, or else if 1 if false. Entering a function. Let us learn to enter a function. 1. Open the worksheet. 2. Click on the cell where you want to enter the function. 3. Click on Insert Function button near the formula bar. The Insert Function dialog box will appear. 4. Click on the down arrow of Select a category. A drop-down list of available functions will appear. 5. Click on the function category you want to use. 6. Click on the function you want to use in the Select a function. 7. Click on OK. The function arguments dialog box will appear. 8. Click on the first box to enter the first number. 9. Click on the cell to enter the first number. The cell reference will appear in the text box of number 1, 10. Click on the second box to enter the first number. 11. Click on the cell to enter the second number. The cell reference will appear in the text box of number 2. Repeat steps 10 and 11 to enter the value of other cells. 12. Click on OK. The result of the function will appear in the cell. Once the function is in the cell, you can copy and then paste it into another cell to do the same function for that different range of cells. You can also use the autofill command. Click cell with the function, then drag to the right and down. The formula adjusts automatically for the new values. Data manipulation. There are many options in MS Excel which will help in manipulation of data as required. For example, you can use the goal seek option to find a value to manipulate the result, or you can filter out the records to be displayed, which match some specific criteria, or simply sort the data to arrange it into some order. Using the goal seek. The goal seek option is useful when you want to manipulate the result which you have obtained by applying some formula. Follow the steps given to use the goal seek option. Let us learn to use the goal seek. 1. Click on the Data tab. 2. Click on the What If Analysis arrowhead button. From the drop-down list, Select the Goal Seek option. 3. The Goal Seek dialog box opens. A. In the Set Cell text box, specify the cell address where you have entered the formula to calculate the result, or place the cursor in the Set Cell text box and click on the cell whose value you want to fix where you have entered the formula. B. In the To Value text box, enter the final value, which you want to obtain. C. In the By Changing Cell text box, enter the cell address by changing the value for which you want to obtain the required result from, or place the cursor in the By Changing Cell text box and click on that particular cell whose value you want to change. The cell address will be automatically filled in the By Changing Cell text box. Click on the OK button. Conditional formatting. If you want to apply formatting to cells which contain data that meets certain conditions, you can use the conditional formatting. Let us learn to use the conditional formatting. 1. Select the range of cells to format. Click on column header if you want to apply conditional formatting to the entire column. 2. Click on the Home tab. 3. Click on the Conditional Formatting button and point to the Highlight Cell Rules button. Click on the condition type which you want to apply. 4. The condition box opens. Enter the condition for which you want the cells to get formatted. 5. In the With drop-down list, specify the formatting. 6. Click on the OK button when finished. The data will get formatted as specified in the selected range of cells. Concise. Less than equals is used to find out the number that is lesser than or equal to the condition. You can enter a whole formula into any cell in your worksheet. By default, all cell references are relative references. A function is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values in a particular order.